Hello and welcome to this video of the online video course Wilderness Navigation Masters, where you will learn how to choose your map. In this video, I will introduce you to 3 different types of maps and letting you know the one that will suit our needs, what scales to choose, and things to consider before you buy, download, or print your map. So let's start with the 3 types of maps. The first type is the road maps. These type are great for getting you from home to the starting point of your trail or the trailhead because he show you only where a vehicle can access. So in this course we will not discuss it. The second type is the topographic map or topo maps for short. This is the one that suits our needs in the wilderness because it combines natural and man-made features, a scale, contour lines, a legend, and are oriented. The third type is the trail maps. These type are little bit similar to topo maps. It's a simplified topo maps, but it sometimes lack the contour lines, which is essential for us to know exactly what is the safest way to navigate in the wilderness. So we will not discuss it either. There is not an all-around good map. All maps are good for different needs and situations. But for us outdoor enthusiasts like hikers, skiers, hunters, bikers, etc., what will serve us better is the topographic map. Now, what is exactly a topographic map or how to differentiate it from the other types? In general, a topographic map must always have these 3 main elements. The first one is the map scale. This will allow you to know the real distance you will have to travel. In general, the map scales are located at the bottom of your map. The second main element is the map legend. The map legend will allow you to recognize the different elements on your map, which will help you read it well. The third main element of topographic maps is the contour lines. This is what allows you to read the topographical relief and let you know also how much elevation there is in every point of the map. These informations are very useful in outdoor activities, especially when you are not familiar with the area. Now that you know the different types of maps and the one that will suit us in the wilderness and the 3 main elements of topographic maps, let's see what is a map scale and which one to choose. To simplify what a map scale means, a map scale is how much land area are represented on the map. In another way, how much details that the map represents. Examples of scales are, starting from the most detailed to the less one, is 1 for 20,000, 1 for 24,000, 1 for 50,000, and 1 for 100,000, and 1 for 250,000. To understand what this number says, the scale of 1 for 24,000 means that every 1 inch on the map equals 24,000 inch in the real world, which equals 2,000 feet or around 600 meters. Because a pilot flies a plane way above the earth, he doesn't need to know land details like a hiker. So if he had to choose one of these scales, it's better for him to choose the one for 250,000 scale. For us hikers, skiers, or any outdoor enthusiast to have a reliable and clear map, we should opt for a scale of 1 for 24,000. This is the scale that will give us the best indications. If you are more experienced or you are already familiar with the area, a map with a scale of 1 for 50,000 can be enough. However, if you are a beginner, this map will not be as clear as a map with a scale of 1 for 24,000. Now that you know exactly what scale to choose, let's see what other things to consider. The other little things to consider when you are about to buy, download, or print a topo map is the water resistant and tear resistant paper and having additional useful informations on the side, like we see often on this National Geographic map. So if you search for a map to use in the outdoor, consider having one that are water and tear resistant. Even if you try to print your map, you can have water resistant paper to print on. This is all for the little things to consider when you buy, print or download your map. Before I head to these video questions, I want you to know that what you see on a topographic map may be slightly different from what is really on the area represented by this map. This can be due to the changes that appears after the release or the creation date of the map, and sometimes can be just a reason to make it more readable. A quote that I love from Daniel Cold, the chief cartographer in Smithsonian Institution, said,
"You can't put everything on a map because part of the process of map making is you're always deciding what not to include as much as you're deciding what to include, because you just want to have the map reader focus on a particular subject."
For that, I recommend you to be aware when you depends on a man-made features, because it's the kind of landmarks that can disappear more often. In the end of most videos, I will give you some questions, sometimes exercises, to help you remember what you learn. Question number 1. In this official Arcs National Park map, we have a scale bar, a legend, and we can figure out where the hills are. Is this a topographic map or not? Question number 2. Which one of these scales will give you more details of the area that it represented? A. 1 for 20,000, 1 for 25,000, and 1 for 250,000. Question number 3. If you plan to hike, which one of these scales will be good for you? A. 1 for 24,000, B. 1 for 100,000. Answers and explanations. For the question number 1, the correct answer is no, because even we have a scale bar, a legend, and we can figure out where the hills are, we still don't have contour lines, which is essential in the wilderness navigation. For the question number 2, which one of these scales will give you more details of the area that it represents? The correct answer is 1 for 20,000, because the difference between a 1 inch in a map with the scale of 1 for 20,000 and 1 inch in a map with the scale of 1 for 24,000 is that in the first one we have only 20,000 inch represented, so we will have more details of the area. For the question number 3, if you plan to hike, which one of these scales will be good for you? The correct answer is 1 for 24,000, because in the scale of 1 for 100,000, we will have too much land in a little paper, which will make our navigation less accurate. That's all for this video. I invite you to interact with us in the comment section below, saying simply how did you find this lesson. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.